Heading back to Rome with this one, I am definitely looking forward to seeing how this works. This one is called Capello's Roma 3412 from the Flying Scotsman. The description on the page I got this from says, "Today I bring you Fabio Capello's Serie A winning tactic from his time at Roma in 2001. This 3-4-1-2 tactic won Roma and Capello the league title in 2001. This is the last time that Roma won the title." So there is a video. Definitely check it out. As always, it talks about how they created the tactic, how they figured out certain pieces, what those certain pieces mean and what they do, and how they did in their own tests. Now, he did post his test. There's a couple different tests. PSG did a fantastic job playing 34 games, winning 29, drawing 4, and losing once. Unfortunately, though, when he played with Roma, and he tested this out with Roma on a holiday, as we're going to do here, but with Roma, 38 played, 18 wins, 12 draws, and 8 losses. So we're going to see how that works with our three teams of Liverpool, Aston Villa in the Premier League, and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So with all that said, let's just jump into the Premier League and see how they did. Now, I will say back threes don't always seem to work in FM24 in the Premier League from what I've seen in a lot of the tactics that we've tested so far. This doesn't seem to be any different. Liverpool in fourth place, 78 points, 76 goals, not the highest attacking, although actually 69 for Man City. Wow, 76 is second in the league? Or no, sorry, third in the league, but still crazy. Aston Villa, funny enough, in 10th place, really low for them, but 78 winning the league with the goals for at least, but only 53 points. Their defense must have leaked a heck of a lot. Taking a look at Liverpool's domestic cup run, out immediately in the Carabao Cup third round, 0-3 to Manchester United, and then out in the FA Cup semis against Norwich. And unfortunately, they get to the Europa League quarterfinals, but they lose out to Real San Sebastian, 0-3 away from home, and only getting a 1-0 home or win at Anfield. Not enough to get them through, though. So overall, fourth place, it's kind of, it's lower than average. 78 points is definitely lower than average, but the tables are always fluctuating. So 78 points in another season could have gotten you third or second place. This time around, fourth place, not good enough. Quarterfinals of the Europa League, still would have liked better. Semifinals of the FA Cup, fine, I will give you that. Unfortunately, the Carabao Cup really was bad. So how does that translate to their squad? You can see a lot of green there. That's pretty good at least. 21 goals for Salah, 17 for McAllister. Assists 15 for Trent is kind of on the low side, but 11 for Robertson and Szoboszlai. Average rating though, Allison is 54 appearances, 713. Very well done. But Cody Gakpo gets 713 as well. Aston Villa's domestic cup run, they did a little bit better. FA Cup fourth round, 0-1 against Swansea, but they get to the Carabao Cup final, losing out to Brentford 0-2. And they do get to the Europa Conference League final against, Fiorentina, as we see time and time again. Unfortunately, they lose out 1-2. Well, two runners-up for Aston Villa this season in the Carabao Cup and the Europa Conference League. Unfortunately, they get 10th place in the league. Not good enough. Nearly not good enough. FA Cup fourth round, whatever, but still, that league hurts. Squad-wise, though, not as much green as Liverpool had, but 28 goals for Zaniolo, 27 for Watkins, and 21 for Diaby. Better than Liverpool had. Assist-wise, 16 for Diaby and Matty Cash. Not bad there. And then overall, an Ollie Watkins rating of 722 is the tops. Liverpool's data hub has some good attacking numbers. Definitely would like to see them higher, but overall, at least, they're not quite getting to the Premier League average, but they're just below. Aston Villa, on the other hand, they've got some good goals right there, obviously, but fouls against per game, crossing percentage, dribbles per game is really low. Taking a look at the Premier League stats, you can see most goals Aston Villa was 78, topping the league. Liverpool was 76. Fewer shots against Liverpool in 6 with 352. Most possession, 58% is definitely higher than normal, tied for third, which is nice. 55 is kind of that average mark for 8th for Aston Villa. Dribbles made, not there. Tackles won. Aston Villa in 7th this time around, 874. Best pass completion, Liverpool and Aston Villa with 88 apiece. And then most shots for Liverpool in first with 568. And Aston Villa's in there too. Didn't see them. 495. But switching our sights to Ipswich Town in the championship, 6th place. 75 points, 75 goals. It's not bad. It's better than where they're expected in 10th or thereabouts, but still we've seen tactics that have done better jobs getting them higher up. Now, they are in playoff promotion spots. You can see they did not get the playoff win. Unfortunately, they lost out by a huge margin. 6-1 on aggregate. That hurts. Not the greatest in the domestic cups. Out in the Carabao Cup second round against Portsmouth, and then out in the FA Cup fourth round against Luton. All in all, I gotta say for Ipswich Town, it's eh. I mean, championship, you do get to the playoff spots. Unfortunately, you get crushed by Southampton in the playoff run. So FA Cup, you fourth round, it's fine. Carabao Cup second round, not great. Not a lot of green here in the squad, though. Goals wise, 28 for George Hurst. That is a fantastic mark, but no one else in the double digits. Assists, 15 for Leif Davis, actually lower than usual, but again, no one else in the double digits. Average rating, George Hurst topping Leif Davis, 721. And as usual, they're not all over here, although in different spots that I'm used to. Most goals all the way down in 7th for Ipswich Town, 76. Most possession in 6th with 55% average. Most tackles they're here in 4th with 1089. Best pass completion with 88%. And then most shots for in 6th with 545. But now let us take a look at the tactic itself. A goalkeeper in defend, central defender is a stopper on both the left and the right, one in cover in the central spot, a wingback on the left in support, a complete wingback in attack on the right, two CMs side by side in support, a trequartista in attack up in the attacking mids, a poacher in attack on the left, and a deep lying forward in support on the right. Positive mentality, in possession, attacking with is fairly wide. You get overlap on the right, but then focus play through the middle. Passing directness is slightly shorter, tempo is slightly lower, mix crosses and be more disciplined. In transition, slow pace down and take short kicks, and that is it. And then out of possession, a mid-block line of engagement, a standard defensive line, trigger press much more often, and get stuck in. But how did it do for our three teams overall? Well, I mean, I will say Ipswich Town in 6th place. Unfortunately, they just get absolutely demolished in the playoff spot. Didn't work all that well for them. I mean, it was great getting up to 6th place, but overall, not the greatest. And if we take a look at Liverpool and Aston Villa, Liverpool, yeah, they're in 4th place. Definitely could have been a little bit better, but not too far off from where they belong. Anyway, Aston Villa in 10th is a pretty bad spot. It's kind of their average mark where they're supposed to end up anyway without any interactions through the start of FM24. So this one, of course, though, was made specifically, as they say, for Roma itself, for the 2001 squad. So these squads are a lot different. Times have definitely changed in what, 23 years since this was employed by Fabio Capello. Things are going to need a lot of tweaking here to get it to work specifically for your team. Get rid of certain players, bring other players in. Things like that may change the outcome of this. You might be able to bring Aston Villa up a bit, Liverpool up a bit. It's a lot of work that you're going to need to do and figure out where it's not working and how to fix it. But in this case, it just didn't seem to work all that well for our three teams to the degree that others have. But that doesn't mean the tactic is bad. It just means you got a lot more work to do than in some of the other tactics if you just threw it directly in. But that is it for me, 7FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.